going from that, All Elite Wrestling aired its first video package of the Elite since the All Out Fallout last night on Dynamite. The vignette featured members of the Elite fading away as if they were being erased. So, how close are we to the return of the Elite?
Hmm. I feel like they would have him come back during full year because, like, again, in my personal opinion, when I look at the grand scheme of the situation, they were wrong, but they weren't that wrong. They reacted. I feel like in their position, they probably should not have. But I can understand their frustration when someone did what they did. We're not going to repeat that whole situation. Can we do it every
Right.
single week? Um, so I feel like they're definitely going to come back. But what I found even more interesting was that there was no like, not an inkling, not a single tease or anything about Punk, which has been in the reports. And Tony Khan obviously knows that we're seeing the reports about the whole buyout situation. So I feel like that's very telling,
Yeah.
because it could go either way. I know that the elite's going to come back, and they're probably going to come back sooner than later.
Right.
Um, but they're probably not going to be inserted into like a high position immediately. I mean, we got so much going on, so much to play with. But I feel like, in regards of like someone like Punk, I feel like that was pretty telling. But it could go either way. It could be something where they cock tease us with that for the rest of the year up until like what, um, not all out, double or nothing, and
Yeah.
have him come back. It could be something like that, or he just doesn't come back at all, which is what I'm hoping for. What do you think?
Personally, I think that when it comes to the All Elite coming back, I think that you kind of hit the nail right on the head. It was only a matter of time because when you look at the situation and everything that has been reported, the elite the elite weren't necessarily completely in the wrong. And because of that, it's very, very hard for you to like justify like why they were out for an extended amount of time or why they would receive a heavier punishment than CM Punk would. And so based off of that, I just think that it's time for them to come back. Like you said, there is a pecking order now, which I predicted. I knew that there was going to be a pecking order um, pertaining to those guys. When I started seeing John Moxley getting his extension and Jericho getting his extension plus added responsibilities and also just like the new kind of executive pecking order with Tony and Pat Buck and all those guys that press release was released like a couple months ago. But yeah, like I just think that it's about damn time as far as how close we are to their return. Like you said, I think we can get them at full gear. I think if we can get them at their New Year's show. That's another prediction that I think that would be cool and suitable because I know that that's usually in Jacksonville. Um, but yeah, I see them coming back really, really soon, and I'm really, really excited about it. I think that it is very telling that CM Punk has not even been mentioned during this whole like them coming back and this, that, and the third. And plus, Brandon Cutler has been brought back full time to AEW programming, and Ace Steel just got released. So I think it's very, very clear the direction that they're trying to go in because I don't think that the company is big enough for the both of them anymore. So I think that we are going to see a return of the elite soon, and I think that sooner than that, we're probably going to see some form of release of CM Punk. So that's all that I have to say about that. Now speaking of all elite wrestling,